streaming. Alright, streaming should be starting now. And that should give me a pop-out chat room. Alright, traders, we should begin in just a moment looking at some charts. I say for now we look at some quotes, see where the markets are. Welcome. I'm waiting for a few people to join. There's a chat room, you know it, right? The YouTube chat room. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so let me just write you a little note so that you know where we stand. Where is Notepad? Come here, little Notepad. Well, it doesn't just jump up at you, huh? So let's just pull up a chart for a moment. Text. We will begin we'll just look at some charts together in a few moments, just awaiting a few stragglers to come in. And then, of course, I will take this crazy video and make it smaller and get out of our way. Maybe I could even move it over here, completely get it out of the way. Hello, everybody. Well, this is exciting. I'm out in my new digs. You can see the bamboo behind me. Traders, YouTube fans, thank you so much for showing up. We'll begin our class in just a few moments. Interesting what's going on with the markets at the moment. Sort of a tug of war between whether or not the market will go down and fill its little gap or just continue on with its golden cross and keep on going. And we're going to look at that in a moment and see what we think. Oh, music, that sound in the background needs to go. What am I doing? Testing, is the audio working out there? You should be able to hear me. Move to YouTube Live. Put the link in both of the trading rooms too, please. The YouTube Live link. So if people are writing stuff in the chat room, if there's things I need to answer, you let me know at appropriate times, because sometimes I can't read all that while I'm concentrating. I've got 3 chat rooms on. So just keep your eye on all of them for me. If something needs to be answered, you bring it to my attention. You have a tad of hissing, huh? I think what you're hearing is the waterfall in the background, to be honest with you. Oh, that's not supposed to work. Did I just stop that? Uh-oh. That's right. So let me check one more time. I just want to see answers. Is the chat room working? Do you hear audio? Yes? Thank you. Next time you put a link in a room, explain to them what it is. All right, so there's a few people here now. Time check, 3:53. I can't put on music for you guys because if I do, I'll get booted from YouTube. So we just kind of have to sit here and listen to the waterfall in the background. By the way, do you know what that is? Let me see if I can show it to you. Now, I don't know if you'll actually be able to see it if I turn the camera, but what you're hearing is a waterfall over there. You don't know if I can't really zoom it in from here, but maybe you can see it through the glass. It's a pond with two fountains and a big waterfall. So that's kind of the sound that you're hearing out there. And when I look up at the ceiling, I see the sky. Look at the color of the ceiling. How cool is that? It's a nice place to trade from. Almost there, kids. I see the rooms filling up now. What I'm waiting for is most of my trading rooms to move into this YouTube room. I see they're migrating over now, so just a few more moments. I'll be back in just a second. Let me just check on my puppy. My little doggy. Okay, I can see everything going on here now, right? Yes. A little bit bigger. Right there. Allows me to see everything at once. Beautiful. The date is wrong. Is there a date somewhere? Oh yeah, there sure is a date somewhere, isn't there? I didn't know there was a date there, kids. Date corrected. All right. So let's see. There are 64 of you here. I know of just a few more. And then we'll start. Be patient, kids. We got a few charts to look at. I won't keep you captive for too long. Meanwhile, anytime you're ready, you make sure that explain what it is, what, you know. Just, I got to do that. When you get the moving cover, why are you putting that in? Make it awful. All right. Are we ready, kids? Seems like enough of you have joined. Are we ready? All right, so as usual, we start these things off with good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders, and thank you for tuning in to my YouTube Live. I won't keep you captive for too long, but wanted to show you a couple of charts where we stood last in last night's video as we were expecting the possible gap fill, which kind of looks like nothing, but it actually is a gap, and we're going to get to that in a moment. Please remember that trading is extremely risky. This is a very risky game. You can absolutely lose more than you had planned trading futures. You can end up completely broke, plus more. Please be careful. Never trade without stops and know the risks behind this game. Let's get moving. So we're sitting here Wednesday, April 3rd. Towards the end of the day, it's just about rounding 4 p.m. in Eastern Time. And we still have this golden cross taking place where the 50 is above. So right now I could take away the question mark and take away the coming as well and just say golden cross. Because that's what we see right now. They absolutely did cross. And the market responded, went up smartly. But we do know that there is a gap below, and if you follow an S&P chart, it is an extremely rare occasion to find an actual gap that exists. If a gap takes place, it gets filled almost immediately. Within a day or two, gaps get filled in the E-mini S&P. I could take this chart back as far as you want to look, and you will continue to find that gaps always get filled just about the next day. Here's a gap. Look at the fill the next day. Gap filled. If you spot a gap, it will be filled within 2 days. This one, you gapped open, 1, 2, third day, filled gap. It happens very quickly in the S&P. So, of course, we actually have a gap down here. You might not see it, but if I blow this up, we have a gap here. So, and I'll show it to you on a couple of other charts where it's much more defined, but between here and here, you've got a gap of right here. You've got a gap between 28.40 and 3/4 or 28.40.75 and 28.44 1/2. An actual gap does exist here. Let's go look at this on another chart. Gaps almost always get filled in the S&P. It's a very rare occasion that this gap will not end up filled. So let's just take a look. I think on another chart it might be a little more prominent. Let's go to this chart. On this chart, you've got the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 got above this channel, raced up towards the 200 bar moving average, and did not get above, which is sort of common for the Russell, as you can see right here. So we didn't get above the 200 this time, and so far we didn't get above it here. Doesn't mean we won't, but we're testing these things. So you've got a reason to see resistance up here, and we've got a gap in the E-mini S&P, which, if you ask me, a prettier picture of that gap is here. Or maybe here. Let's look. Let me check first before I move to another chart. Let's check here, see if the Dow shows a prettier looking gap. So on one of these charts, I've got something set up. Hopefully it's on this one. Okay. Take a look here. You see that gap? That's basically the same day the S&P left its gap. The likelihood of that gap getting filled is much greater than the likelihood of it being a breakaway or a runaway gap, things that we don't normally get in the stock market. It's too thick, it's too big, it's not a commodity, it's not wheat, corn, or oats. It's too big, in my opinion, to not fill its gaps. It's one of the reasons why it does. The volume is just too grand to not go in and do the work that should have been done down here in this area before we actually went up. So the work that should have been done inside this area wasn't done, and generally it does end up getting done. So you do have your golden cross, which took place several days ago. S&P's golden cross is taking place now. Let's look at the transportation average. Transportation average, as far as I can see, put in a very ugly day today. Let me make this day a little bigger. This is probably great for you candlestick guys. You guys will love this. On the transportation average, look at what you have here. This bar is ugly because the market rallied all the way up as far as it could rally, turned around, dumped, and came back to almost the lows. Generally, that shows us that we are about to have a little bit of a change of trend. So you've got something interesting happening there. I don't see a triple top in the transportation average. Shikorta, I think you say, because there's nothing there right now. There's no triple top here. I wouldn't call this a triple top, but let's see what the street wants to call it. So the transportation average absolutely put in what I would call an ugly day. But the NASDAQ, on the other hand, doesn't know anything about ugly looking. This is a beautiful looking chart. There is zero wrong with this chart. It is strong looking. Yes, it has this little teeny gap there, but NASDAQ is not as known to fill his gaps as the S&P is. And if you had to gauge this trade on NASDAQ only, boy, oh boy, does the NASDAQ look good right here. But NASDAQ's not the only market. There's transportation, there's Dow. We looked at both. There's the Russell and the E-mini S&P. When you put the grouping together, you know, it's running into a little trouble up here, but I will admit, as I mentioned yesterday, barring the gap fill, they're pretty strong-looking markets. Gaps get filled after hours would be the same effect. E-mini S&P trades for 24 hours or 23 hours, so when a gap gets filled, it doesn't matter when it gets filled. It's valid when it does. So, of the indices, only NASDAQ, well, if you want to look at NASDAQ only, it is leading and it is running and it looks fantastic. You go to the ES, it doesn't look terrible, but we know it's got that gap, which can be scary. So I'm just going to follow the Omni tonight. Whatever the Omni says to do, we will do. Let the gap do what it does. Let the market do what it does. Whatever signal I get will follow, but just beware that this gap exists. And if it does come to get us, it's not going to be pretty. A better visual was on 15 with the Dow. If we do go to fill that gap, it'll be quick. I think the gap will fill and we'll go right back up. But there is a gap there. Please keep it in mind, because when it comes to the E-mini S&P, gaps are almost never unfilled. Stocks are different. Commodities are different. NASDAQ's different. Russell's different. I am talking the S&P, which basically is comprised of the stocks that are in the Dow 30. And there is a gap, certainly in the S&P, and one in the Dow. But I think the easier trade for now is the gold trade, because look at this wonderful looking F flag in the gold. See that F flag in the gold? That should equate to a bearish move. We've been selling the gold for the last couple of days, including today, and we certainly do like the downside of gold and expecting it to move even lower. Once the flag is completed, it should fall apart even further. So we're going to continue selling rallies in gold. We are going to wait until the close and find out what the indices want us to do. And of course, we'll look at any other market and see what's going on with those. Let's just go back to the E-mini S&P, I believe sitting on chart 15. So at first glance, it's a very great looking market, and I wouldn't argue with it at all. The only thing it has is this gap. If it wants to leave the gap and run away, it's not customary, but it is possible. It does do that from time to time. But it's rare, rare, rare that the E-mini leaves a gap unfilled. So I wanted to show that to you. Today our trading, we got blessed. We got short for the gap. The market went up, came back down and let us out of our trade, so we did not get destroyed today. Thank you, gods of trading. And we'll attempt to do this right tonight. Everybody meet me at livewithoscar.com in my live trading room. Anna is in the open room, should be putting links in there for you guys, which I've asked her to do. I've asked her to give you a free link to join my premium room. I'll give you a 2-week free trial. You hang out in my premium room where I can speak to you on microphone and camera and give you my Omni trades. As those trades are coming up, when Omni says buy or sell, I'll give them to you. 2 straight weeks. I would advise you just come in and hang out and put those trades in the simulator and don't even take them. Just see what kind of action the Omni provides. Place that link, please, Anna. Anna? Anna? How do you not have that ready to go? I don't get it. Come on, girl, give them that link. It should be copy-pasted. Put it in there. It's not there? It's still not there? Get out of here. You put it in the... No way. How come I don't see what you're posting? You posting in the YouTube room? Really? Come look. There's no link here. Isn't that crazy?
Right.
This is the YouTube room.
Yeah.
Where's the link?
Oh, I don't know. It's not loading through, I guess. But
oh, it won't let you post a link?
No, I already did post it.
I was just telling them about it, and I was asking you to post a link. Did you not post it? Did you post it then?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You see it's not there? Isn't that crazy? You posted it right here, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts? I don't know why the links aren't showing up, kids. But we'll try it again. Maybe it doesn't allow you to post a link. I'll bet it'll allow me to post it, though.
You think so?
Yes, because I'm a presenter. Shoot me that link. I'll bet you I could. I'll bet you I could.
But we did it last time.
Send me a link and send me the link in an IM and see if it lets me post it. Yeah, but it won't show up as an actual link, guys. That's what's interesting. It only shows up as words. But maybe if I post it, it will let me because I'm the presenter. That's the link, right? All right, so click on that, grab this. Let's see if it shows up when I post. Ah, it shows up when I post it. See that? It shows up as a link. Interesting. Let's see if you can help anyone in that room. Anna's here if you need any help. If you're clicking on that link, Anna is here to help you out. Let's see where the market's closing at. Ooh, went back up, huh? Well, that makes it a little easier to trade tonight. Thank you. I'm glad it went back up. All right, so and And you know what? We didn't look. You know what? There is one chart I have in mind. What did the bonds do? Do we have a bond chart somewhere? Let's look. They should have come off a bit in the last few days. They have. Let's see if I've got one drawn up. Yeah, there you go. So 30-year T-bonds, look at the nice little pullback. But you see this channel, right? It seems to be stuck somewhere in this huge range. So as bonds pull back a little more, they're probably going to find support. Of course, that blew out a little bit through, but just for 2 days, and then it was right back in. So bonds, interest rates going up slightly as the bonds move down, but that's not scary because interest rates are low here to begin with. Did anyone accept the free trial to my live trading room? You should. It can't hurt you, I promise. If you put your trades in a simulator, how could you go wrong? So come hang out with us and see what we do. Drop, you can't drop the link. I have to, right? Gotcha. Huh. So I'm happy that we came all the way up here. Markets closed. Ding, 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 ding. Markets closed. All right. So here we are. Gold still looks like it wants to go lower. The indices certainly look like they want to go higher and are ignoring the gap. And a new high comes in Bitcoin. We're going to be rich. We're going to be rich. 52.65. Hey man, if Bitcoin goes to like 20,000, I'll be in the money at that point. Woo! Exciting, isn't it? So here's the chat room. This is you guys typing to me, which is not bad. A lot of stuff going on here. Thank you for participating. Anna, somebody's asking you for help. Oh no, it says ha ha. It says ha ha. I thought it said Anna. All right, so I guess I'll conclude this for now, kids. Of course, I'll do my analysis and see what needs to happen. Just looking from afar, I expect that we will probably see a bullish omni in the indices and a bearish omni in gold, and I don't know what else will happen with the other markets. I'm seeing that now. Who knows what it'll be when I do the omni homework, but I'm starting to see that for now. Let's call this the end to the session because at 5 o'clock we have to start our analysis and be ready for 6 p.m. Eastern, and it's already, what, 4:16. So, you know, we get a little break and we come right back at you. Come join me in my live trading room at livewithoscar.com. Don't forget. And, of course, we'll have to end this in some fashion. Let's see what chart is up at the moment. Is there an E-mini chart here that'll help us? Let's see. No, let's go here. I think there's an E-mini chart that'll help us here. Yes. All right, traders. So remember, when you're trading in these markets, you have to try to keep your emotions out of them. I know that's not easy. It's really not, but put your stops in first before you do anything else. Please like my videos, comment on them, share them, do whatever you can to get more viewers. And remember, say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening. And you know what that is. Come on, sing it with me, kids. You ready? Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll traders, I will see you all in my live trading room at livewithoscar.com. If I can only figure out how to stop the streaming now, I'll end the video. There we go.